Oh, what is up, everyone? I'm Sean Moriarty,
I'm Will indeed.
and this is the Notre Dame post-game show live at the Voice of College Football, Notre Dame. First off, got to get. I don't say this in a disrespectful way. I'm just still coming down from the adrenaline. We have a new sponsor at the Voice of College Football. It is Ticket Smarter. I believe the deal was. Well, you know what? I forgot. If so, Mark, if you're watching, I forgot the
It's Big 20, right? For 20% off.
Yeah, Big 20 for 20% off an order of $300 or more, and I think it's Big 10 for $10 off $200 or more. But anyway, think smarter, use Ticket Smarter. Will, let me just start off by saying this. Everybody on that team and the coaching staff better get on their knees and pray to God up in heaven that we came out of this one with a victory tonight. Holy crap. I am too old for this crap. And anybody watching, I know we got 4 people to start here. Just take that as me being angry, me being happy, whatever way. That I'm always happy to get the victory, but Will, we did not need that crap tonight.
No, not after last week. I just wanted an easy, nice 14 to 17 point win. But, we won. Thank God we won.
Yeah, at the end of the day, and I've said this before, and I do stick by it, it's because it is true. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Mm-hmm.
And we at least finished with the victory despite everything that was happening early on. Well, you know what? Let's just talk about it from the start. I don't know if I'd really say get it out of the way, but we have to address the elephant in the room here. That was not a Notre Dame team that was motivated. That was not a Notre Dame team that was angry, that was pissed off after last week. At least the defense was. Offensively,
great.
Yeah, the defense won this game for us. They kept us in it. Kudos to the defense. They played great. And do I really blame them near the end of the game for getting tired because we keep
No. This is what happened with past ND teams a lot. Like the defense was great, like Mike Elko or Clark Lee or even Marcus Freeman. Their defenses are great. But the offense just doesn't do enough, and the defense gets wear down, and we lose. Luckily, we have a quarterback and a running back that are special, and they were able to push us through, unlike many of the other times.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there because this is the kind of game tonight that we normally probably would have lost in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're fine. At least we're finding a way to win the close games.
Mm-hmm.
So gotta say that for sure. But I just, I don't know what was going on out there tonight. I mean, look, I get it. We were without 2 key members of our receiving corps.
Well, 3, right?
Let's see. Jaden Thomas was out.
Jaden Greathouse.
And who was the third one?
And Deion Colsey.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Colsey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we had 3 key guys out on our receiving corps. But I guess this is where I was really expecting guys like Merriweather to step up.
Merriweather's got to learn to catch the ball, man. He's not got to learn to catch the ball. It's so frustrating. Even on that push off, he still didn't catch it. I'm like, come on, bro. You got to do better than that.
Well, and it's just, I guess one thing that we gotta think about too, when it comes to our offense tonight, is obviously Duke's head coach was Mike Elko. He was our defensive coordinator back, I think it was just for 2017, and that was it.
2017, and then he got the oil money.
Yeah, exactly. So when you really sit down and think about it, it's not a shock that he's put together a pretty solid defense with Duke, because he did it with us back in 2017. He's doing it right now with Duke. But I guess just at the same time, even with us being down 3 guys on our receiving corps, that's still we still should have had the more firepower than them. And I just that's not what I expected tonight. And it's like we couldn't get a run game going at first. I mean, yeah, the numbers look sexy at the end, but for 3 quarters we were essentially dead.
Besides the fake punt, but that was special teams.
Yeah, and also with special teams, I mean, Sam Schrader or
Spencer Schrader.
Spencer Schrader. See, I'm blanking on names. I'm sure he's a good guy, and he does have the leg.
He has the leg. You don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah, the accuracy is what's killing him.
Yeah,
I mean, that missed field goal earlier on, that was 3 key points left off the board.
Yeah.
But I'm still at a loss for words here because I think it's just still coming down from all this adrenaline. And it's driving me freaking nuts. But yeah, I mean, looking at the comments here, and yes, Rob, we were definitely going to talk about this. No, Sam Hartman, that guy has a lot of balls to do what he did on that 4th and 16. To run for it on 4th and 16 and get it and get into field goal range, keep the drive alive, and end up winning. Guts, balls, whatever you want to say. I'm not. Oh, sorry. Hold on a sec.
Let's restart from the beginning. And
punter was bad as our punter wasn't bad tonight.
Well, yeah, he had the almost down at the 1.
Yeah, I would say that's not his fault that they called it back.
Yeah.
But I will say this with special teams: what in the hell was Chris Tyree doing on that punt return? See, this is just
my heart skipped a beat.
What it's like, as you learned this back in high school, the poison rule. At least that's what we did where I played football in high school. Poison. If it was too close, get the hell away from the ball. Our coach even told us, he's like, I don't care if you go to the other sidelines, to the other coach, shake hands and say hi with him. Stay away from the ball.
So we need something from the middle. Brian Polian, he's like, stay away no matter what, I felt like, or fair catch no matter what. Now, Tony Patelis, is that the guy's name? What's the new guy's name?
I don't
know.
Coordinator.
I'm blanking on him. He's like feeling no matter what. We need something in the middle. We need something.
Yeah, I just special teams and offense.
Marty Biaggi. I was right with the Italian last name. Marty Biaggi.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's funny. Marty Biaggi actually follows Ben and I on our Twitter page or X.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe we can have him on in the off season.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Biaggi, but that was a bonehead play by our return guy, which obviously he doesn't coach guys to make mental mistakes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just hang on one sec.
Okay. Ooh, that was not a good field goal for TCU. I appreciate everyone for hopping in. The chat's popping. This is a lot of fun with the chat being very active.
Yes.
Thanks for coming up.
Well, it was a lot of fun last week when I invited my friend Magnum to come on. And I guess we this week we could take some quote calls if anybody wants to. If any of you guys are interested and want to come on, you're welcome to. We can post the link. My buddy from Ireland was looking to come on, but I guess it was getting too late for him and he was getting tired. Not to say that I can blame him after watching that.
Happy Notre Dame fan wants to talk about Kelly losing.
I saw that.
Yeah. That was fun. I forgot about that once we start losing. I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
But I'm like, all right.
I had this up. I had the computer up the last 5 minutes of the game, getting everything ready for tonight. Because even though I'm pissed, we have this obligation, of course. Yeah. But I was typing in as you guys see the banner scrolling across the screen, I was starting to type Duke 14, Notre Dame 13. But there was something that told me, let's just wait a second here. We've seen some crazy things happen.
Mm-hmm.
So so I was like, let's hold off on that. Let's see what actually happens. We got 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Then sure enough, chaos ensued.
Yeah.
So let's go over the stats, Will.
Right.
So obviously on offense, not really not the sexiest night for really anybody except Mitchell Evans, who had 6 receptions for 134 yards, really set us up for some big plays.
He had another amazing catch, just like he had in the Ohio State game.
Yes, he did. To stay with it like that, it was unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you could say Audric Estime had a nice night, 81 yards on 18 carries for 2 touchdowns.
Hey, he had the big run when it mattered.
Yeah, so I guess you got to say he had a pretty nice night.
Jeremiah Love had a solid night. I mean, with the 44 yards on 5 carries is great.
Yeah, but of course, this is where the lack of experience at wide receiver really hurt. Sam Hartman had 15 completions tonight. Only 4 of them were to actual wide receivers. Yeah. The rest were all to Mitchell Evans or running backs.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Rico Flores is showing promise for a freshman, but he shouldn't be put in this moment.
Yeah, it was a tough situation, but this is where you got to step up. This is your opportunity.
Mm-hmm. I wish we got a little bit more out of Chris Tyree in receiving for sure.
Oh yeah. But no, these are the games that you don't like to see us have a close game with. I mean, yeah, I know Duke is ranked, but they're still Duke. I mean, they're not known overall, they're not known for football.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a jerk. It is what it is. And I just didn't feel like we should have been struggling with them. But I guess as Ben and I have said many times,
if we win, I mean, I'm fine with playing like this if we can pull off a big one against USC.
Yeah, but I don't want to see this every game though. I don't want to see our offense just like, well, thinking about it, do you put any blame on Jared Parker for tonight and his play calling?
That's a good question. I feel like, I don't know. I would have given the ball more to Audric, but he didn't have that much space. I don't know how much blame you can put on. I mean, I felt like last game, I felt like it was more on Parker at the end for not running it when we were running it effectively.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked more throws to Chris Tyree, but I mean the O-line wasn't as effective as I would like them to be either. So maybe that just more deep shots. But right. I mean, we had more deep shots than last game, I felt like, and a lot of them just didn't work out.
Yeah, I have a really
complicated question.
Yeah, that's true.
For this game.
Well, I guess also when you have inexperienced wide receivers, they're going to have a hard time getting separation because you look at from the instant replays that I did see. I mean, there was some pretty good coverage by that Duke secondary.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes the jump ball kind of difficult. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
Mike Elko and Tyler Santucci. I mean, I would pick them any day over Jared Parker. So he was already kind of in a tough spot there.
Well, and also, I mean, here's the thing too. I saw a lot, and again, I keep making this mistake, and I don't know why I do, but it's funny how on social media, like on X or Facebook or wherever, you have so many people wishing that we had gotten Andy Ludwig from Utah. I saw that like I don't know how many times posted. And it's well, first off, he just put up his offense only put up 7 points last night. Yeah, last night.
I mean,
and,
I'll give him that. His main quarterback was hurt, but
well, that's true. That's true. You got to take that into consideration. Good point. But let me just
he's
make
also not the quarterback coach.
Yeah. Well, and also, I just got to address this so people get it. Even if people see this on the replay afterwards, Andy Ludwig turned us down. So all these people saying that the administration doesn't care about winning and just cares about brand, which I saw from one moron on X. No, we were willing to pay him what he wanted, which was, I think, like $3 or $4 million. He got cold feet and wanted to stay in Utah. But there's still people that want to believe the nonsense, which I'm not saying the administration's always right, but they did what they could to get Andy Ludwig. But I'm going to keep giving Parker a chance. It's only his first year as offensive coordinator with us. Actually, I think it's his first time ever being an offensive coordinator, so I'm going to show some tolerance. But
yeah,
tonight,
first time West Virginia when he was running Neil Brown's offense.
Yeah, and even had we lost this game tonight, I'm still going to be pissed. But unlike what I see, we all know social media is where brain cells go to die. I'm not going to quit on this team, even if we had lost tonight. This is my team. And it's always going to be my team. And anybody who's going to just bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch, get the hell out of the fan base because we don't need you. I know I'm kind of all over the place right now, Will, and I apologize.
Can we appreciate Sam Hartman, though, for not throwing an interception through all these games?
Yeah.
Not just for that run, but he has 14 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. I don't think I've seen this number from a Notre Dame quarterback.
No. 6 games in and no picks. That's pretty incredible. He's come close a couple times, but close isn't the same as an interception. So, so with that said, here in the comment section to the live chat, we're gonna start taking calls if you're cool with that, Will.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
All right. So here is the link if you guys, any of you want to join in on the show.
I'm sorry. I really hope I didn't jinx him for next week. Happy Notre Dame, man. All right.
I think once we get all our receiving core healthy, we're going to be fine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, because you think that guys are ready, and obviously, the backups, they're not 100% ready.
Can we talk about the defense a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely.
What a game by Howard Cross. He was awesome today.
Oh man, that defense, especially on the line, they did a much improved job. The tackling was a hell of a lot better. They were, I mean, yeah, of course they gave up some big plays, but tell me a team across the country that doesn't give up big plays.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah, much improved.
By the way, you put up. You didn't do this.
Oh wait! Did I put the?
No worries.
Sorry, I actually put up the channel, the page, the link to the channel. Sorry, guys. Here is the second one here. This is the one to right here that's posting now. That's the one to get on the show if you want to come and share a few thoughts. And we're not going to go forever with it with calls, maybe like a couple minutes. But if you have any thoughts you'd like to air and come on and talk with us, you are certainly welcome to. But no, going back to the defense, yeah, much improved performance. Early on, what you call it? Why am I blanking on his name? Xavier Watts making a big time interception when we really needed one. Almost had a second later on.
But I got the little box score PDF. Howard Cross, 3 solo tackles, 10 assisted with a sack and 3.5 tackles for loss. That is huge.
Well, what's pissing me off here is what I have pulled up is it doesn't even give the defensive stats.
Yeah, you gotta here. I'll go put it in the private chat.
Well, no. I just here's the problem. It's on Google when I need to go to ESPN.
No, the ESPN one's not the best. So I always use StatCast like online. I gave you the little PDF here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this though. This is kind of off the subject, but it seems like every time we play an away game and it's on, whatever network, ABC, CBS, whatever, why does there always have to be some kind of story with one of the players, usually the quarterback, and his freaking mom? It seems like that's always the case. Whoever we're playing against on the road, on national TV, there's always some story that they focus on involving the guy's mom. And like I said, usually the quarterback. I am getting sick of it. It's almost like watching the Duke Sports Network.
Yeah. I muted it for most of the game.
I was ready to. And I'm like, why do you keep showing this guy Leonard Riley's mom? Okay, we get it. He has a mom. She's watching him play football. She's watching him take the hits. And by the way, speaking of Riley Leonard, my prayers go out to him because it looked like he really took a nasty shot at the end of the game.
Prayers for Riley Leonard.
He was walking out of the tent on crutches, which is not a good sign, obviously. So I don't know if any news has been released on that of what he has or if he has to get x-rays done, but it didn't look good. I can tell you that much.
All right, I'm going to call him. Yeah, but prayers up for Riley Leonard.
Absolutely.
Man, I got to admit, I'm so happy that it didn't come down to a field goal. And then Audric made that run. It ended up scoring on that run, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was not ready to watch. I have to wait for Spencer Schrader to kick the field goal, man.
Oops, sorry, wrong banner. That's so. Trying to get out everything here as far as all that. But yeah, anybody there, the link is right there in the live chat. Anybody who wants to get on and talk with us, just click that and it'll take you right into the show. Well, it'll take you to the backstage area and then we'll bring you on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just like near the end of the game, I'm just waiting for that. And I even said this before the game. But I am so sick of these feel-good stories that happen at our expense. And thankfully that wasn't the case tonight, but I was waiting for it. I was waiting to come on here and say that, and it's like, why does it always have to be us?
Yeah.
I mean, like, why? Why?
Because we're a big brand and everyone wants us to lose.
Well, yeah. But yeah, it's like all these storylines of like showing some player from the opposing team's mom. It's like, what about the moms and whatnot from Notre Dame?
Mm-hmm.
What about Sam Hartman's mom making a necklace for him out of his own ribs? That she was willing to do that for him, as bizarre as it might have been.
Mm-hmm.
Or, geez, I don't know what. It's like, what makes Riley Leonard's mom so special? Not trying to harp on this, but it's just amazing how, again, every game on the road they have some story like that, and it starts to go into their favor. Thank God it didn't finish that way, but I don't know. I'm kind of rambling. I'm kind of all over the place right now, but yeah, it's just that was the big disappointment tonight. Was we've been hearing all week about this team and how hungry they are, how pissed off they are, how they're ready to come back and redeem themselves. Well,
I feel like every team that loses says that, and then they just don't come out like that.
Yeah, well, it's like they redeem.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean, we won tonight, and I'm always happy about winning, of course. But did we really redeem ourselves tonight?
No.
I have to say no. And honestly, this kills me to say it because I never want to say this, but I am not going to be I'm not going to be a 100% homer, but we probably didn't deserve to win that game tonight. The way we were playing on offense.
We won that game because we have more talent.
Yeah. It wasn't showing, but I mean, we do.
Well, we won that game because we have stars matter. Like Audrey Gasman, Sam Harmon are stars. They made the plays at that.
Well, and it is true. I mean, when you're pretty seasoned and you've been through this before, the good teams find a way to win the close ones, even if they are against well, it's true. Duke was a ranked opponent tonight. But it's like I said, I can't say this enough. They are not overall, they're not known for football.
They're just a very well coached team.
Yeah, that's true. You can't really deny that. I guess it's just kind of hard for me to admit it because these are the kind of games that you expect Notre Dame to just come in there and stomp a mud hole in them.
Yeah, well, I'll say this. A lot of other teams today did not have an easy time winning. I mean, Georgia, number 1 team in the country, they had a tough time winning.
Yeah.
Southern Cal, they couldn't close out Colorado. Colorado just ran out of time.
What was it? USC was up like 34-7 at one point.
They were up by 27 and then won by 7.
That's because I was able to catch the ending of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, of course, I'd like to say that come that game we'll tear their defense apart, but who knows? But at the same time, we can't overlook Louisville next week either.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that's a primetime game too, isn't it?
Yeah, primetime game, same channel.
Same network, same time next week.
We'll probably have McDonough and McElroy, or maybe, I don't know, we might have a different crew.
Yeah, I would say Kirk Herbstreit, not so much Reese Davis. Reese Davis is pretty I'll say he's pretty neutral, does a pretty good job, but it's Herbstreit that just always slobbers over whoever we're playing.
Fowler's worse. And I'm happy he wasn't on the call.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Caleb Williams is so good. Oh my gosh. I was like, oh, I can't.
It's like, why don't you just buy him flowers and take him out to dinner?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, so we'll start taking comments here. Going back to the top.
Thanks, Austin.
Yep. Thank you, Austin. Congratulations on the win tonight. Rob J says ND won one way or another. I lost big time on Duke plus 5.5.
My friend won big time on Duke on ND minus 5.5. We were reacting to that live together.
Happy Notre Dame fan. LSU lost. Yep. Mm-hmm. Lakers fan. Great win tonight. Mitchell Evans showed up. Shoot, he's been showing up all season.
Can I say one more thing about LSU?
Sure.
I feel like their defensive coordinator just is not good. I mean, he's not BVG bad, but he's bad. Matt House. I think he's got to fire. I think he should be gone. They might fire him.
If you've seen the points that they've allowed this year, yeah.
He was bad last year too.
Let's see. Happy Notre Dame fan. He seems to be the key contributor to the comments tonight. Might have another top 25 game. Louisville's undefeated. Yeah, they could crack the top 25.
Mm-hmm.
Sports Talk with Austin said to Happy Notre Dame fan, I'm not looking forward to playing you guys next week. All right, we got someone who wants to come on the air with us. Please welcome Jackson Johnson. Jackson,
what's up, Jackson? How's it going, buddy?
It's gone pretty good. It's one way to celebrate a birthday right there.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, my friend.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you, man. I gotta say that was a magnificent game-winning drive right there.
It was stressful,
yeah.
but you know what? It got the job done.
Clear. Okay. I'm alive again. I'm still breathing. Seriously, this team's gonna kill me.
Oh man, that's what college football's all about, man. We got some exciting games.
Oh yes. Yeah. So, what ended up happening with your Tide? I saw they started to pull ahead late in the game.
Oh man, I see that they're ahead 34-17.
Okay.
But I had them winning 35-17, honestly.
Well, pretty close.
I mean, I guess some here and I guess some there.
Yeah, well, I projected I think 30 no, that was last week. I think I said 42-20 for this week's game, and yeah, I think everybody was wrong.
Oh man. Imagine people that pit Duke plus 5.5. That's gotta hurt right there.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's a bad beat for Rob J.
Yeah.
It was a bad beat.
Oh man. That's gonna be on Scott Van Pelt Monday night.
Oh yeah. Yep, which it's a good thing I don't gamble because I probably wouldn't fare too well. See,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm too much of a fan to gamble.
I don't gamble on my own team. I gamble a little bit. I don't spend that much money on it. But when I gamble, I never gamble on my own teams. No, that's a ground rule that I have for gambling. Just don't bet on your own teams.
Whatever you say, Pete Rose. Pete Rose said the same thing too, and that was obviously a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. Well,
I believe you will.
But yeah, I mean, Sam Hartman, he did fantastic. I mean,
well, it's like we
didn't have much help, but he did well. He played well for what he could do.
Yeah, I mean, he's a leader.
Well, I mean, he showed tonight that obviously he's he's been through the wars, having played the last 5 years at Wake Forest. He knows the ACC conference very well, and he saw the opportunity and he took it. And I couldn't believe he actually ran for it. But if that lane was that wide open, then why not?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty big. I mean, I do think Mike Elko, even though they lost to Notre Dame tonight, I mean, he's done a pretty fantastic job at Duke. I mean, the fact that game day went to Duke for college football and not college basketball, that shows what a fantastic job he's done at the program. I mean, they better make sure he's got a top-notch contract extension soon.
Yeah. I mean, I would obviously see here's the thing with that. And I think you'll back me up on this. 2005 when Charlie Weiss was in his first year.
Oh gosh, I know what you're about to say.
Oof.
We'll see. Maybe not. But the Bush push game happens. And Notre Dame gives him a 10-year, I forget the exact amount, but it was something stupid after that game. And then after that, we get the first 2 years of his tenure with us weren't horrible. We got to BCS games, but after that, it was just an absolute mess. So
yeah, I mean that first year you could kind of excuse because Ty just did not recruit well.
Right.
After that, I mean, 2009 that needed to be a big year, and it just was not a big year.
Well, I mean, that year where it was like y'all didn't win a single game in November, that was like, holy cow.
Well, that's what I'm talking about is, the first 2 years under Weiss weren't bad. There was some promise there. But then we go 3-9 in 2007, 6-6 in both 08 and 09. Then they let Charlie go, and they still owed him money.
They just finished paying him off like a year ago, right?
Yeah, a year or two ago. So that's why. So that's why. Sorry, I got this mouth sore going on right now, so forgive me for that. Right. But yeah, that's why I'm not thrilled on giving these coaches these big ass contracts halfway through a season.
Michigan State, man, they got lucky with Mel Tucker messing up. They got lucky.
Don't they still? Yeah. Don't they still have to pay him though?
No, they don't.
They don't. Because one of my friends told me that they did.
Well, Mel Tucker's suing their butts, so maybe they'll have to pay him. But
well, Mel, if you didn't have your hand wrapped around your ding-a-ling, I think you'd be all right.
Don't be playing with the mess around. You do that, you're in trouble.
I mean, well, also to be so stupid and to harass someone like the lady who runs the sexual abuse center or whatever it is there. Yeah. To do that, and then just how it all unfolded to be. I mean, obviously it was like a phone sex ordeal, but to lose your job over basically jerking it on the phone. Now, granted, she could have just hung up the phone, but still, it doesn't change the fact that Mel Tucker's a moron. Yeah. And he's not that good of a coach either. He was the defensive coordinator for the Bears when we had him there, and it was, oh my God.
Not great.
It certainly wasn't anything close to the 85 Bears, that's for sure.
Yeah.
No. I think the Bears, which that's another team that I chose to bear the wrath of and the disappointment. Oh, but I think under Mel Tucker, we were like the worst in the league. But speaking of which, it's interesting that you bring up Michigan State because there's so many people talking about Marcus Freeman being rumored to go there.
What the heck?
Why? He's got too much of a good thing at Notre Dame right now. Why are you no?
Yeah.
And if he does, then I question him big time.
Mm-hmm. Why would anyone leave Notre Dame for Michigan State? I'm just like, I don't know where that rumor's coming from.
If you're a basketball coach, that's one thing, but football,
right? I mean, because it's like Michigan State's gonna get killed in the Big Ten next year,
which I would love that thoroughly, and I have my reasons for that, but I'll save that for another time.
I got a feeling 1966 has a lot to do with it. And 2010 has a lot to do with it.
Gosh, no, Jackson, why do you have
to No, mine's more personal than football. But no, I'm not gonna get into that here.
All right, man.
I'll just say this: I had an issue with a Michigan State message board about 13 years ago, give or take.
Oh,
and yeah, it got to a stupid personal level. A lot of psychos.
Oh, wow.
A lot of psychos. It's like, I'm just some guy on YouTube. What the hell do you guys even care? But yeah, but no, going back to football. Yeah, if anybody else wants to jump in here, just hit the tab there, and we'll bring you in. But yeah, Jackson, what are some other thoughts you have about Notre Dame or the other slate of games today?
Well, I mean, I was impressed with Kentucky on how they did against Florida. So I mean, that's the third straight year that's happened. I mean, I can't believe there was a time where Kentucky was having a hard time with Florida.
People thought that Billy Napier was turning it around. I don't know.
Yeah. But I will say, though, it's going to be fun watching.
He's throwing his money around well.
That he is for sure. But I will say, though, it's going to be fun watching Notre Dame Louisville next Saturday.
Hopefully I'm alive to even do the post game next week.
Hopefully it's not stressful.
Well, I don't think it will be, but I could be wrong. But USC, that's going to be a really good game as well.
Well, I'm planning to go to the SC game in a couple weeks.
I will also be there.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Mhm.
You're going to get to see one of the best rivalries in college football in person. That's going to be amazing.
Well, and I've seen him play USC a couple times before. The first time we screwed up. Second time was a defensive battle, which we ended up winning. And hopefully they win this time because I'm going on a second date with a lady friend, so they better win.
I think they will because that USC defense.
Yeah, they've been giving up points left and right, and I really hope we can take advantage of it because when I was down visiting Ben last week for the Ohio State game, we're watching afterwards after we did the post game and we're still kind of sulking in what just happened. We're watching Arizona and USC and Arizona State, excuse me, the Sun Devils. Arizona State's putting up points left and right, and it's like, man, they can't stop squat.
That's not good. I mean, and the fact that they gave up 41 points to Colorado today, that's a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, Colorado, a team that, nothing against Deion Sanders, I'm not trashing them, but a team that's, kind of been put together on the fly, and they haven't found a way to really gel 100%.
I think Oregon kind of humbled them a little bit last week because, I mean, Colorado's sitting there wondering about, hey, what show are we going to go on? What commercial are we going to be on next? Oregon's not thinking about that. I mean, Deion's like, hey, what's my next appointment on Real Time with Bill Maher? What's my next appointment on the Today Show? Yeah. Oregon's like, we're gonna show them a thing or two about college football.
Yeah, hey, somebody call the jeweler. I had this necklace cleaned or whatever. It's like, how far do you want to take it? But I think Deion Sanders will do great things for that program. Yes.
Oh yeah.
I think just doing what he's done so far is, in my opinion, is a turnaround. I mean, they're playing a lot better.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I wonder how this game will do for Notre Dame's playoff hopes. Like, Notre Dame being Duke.
It keeps them alive.
Yeah, because I mean,
I think I know where you're going with this.
Because I think, honestly, you will definitely need Duke to win the ACC to pull off some upsets here and there.
Yeah.
I think you're going to need USC to win the pack.
I don't know about that.
Well, you never know. That conference is full of cannibalism right there. They're going to cannibalize each other in October, November.
How can USC win the Pac-12? Washington State and Oregon State just played for it last week.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't see them beating Oregon or Washington. We'll see.
Well, see, the thing is, no, I mean, obviously not. Our playoff hopes, even with what happened tonight, they're still alive. But
we're gonna need things to happen for us.
We're gonna need some things to happen. But also, something I wanted to add to that is when it comes, like, let's say we run the table. Style points obviously is something that plays a factor with the committee.
Hopefully, Duke keeps moving. That'll help.
And that's what I hate about these close games is, the committee looks at that and sees, well, even though it was Duke and they were ranked 17 at the time, you guys are still the better team and you should have put them away. And maybe that's me being too cocky and arrogant of a Notre Dame fan, but normally when you play Duke, you're expected to put them away.
Yeah, but this is a different Duke team, so it's like,
well,
and that's where I hope they consider that,
And I hope that, who knows what the heck's going to happen if Leonard's somehow out for the year and then they start and they just fall apart. Like, who knows what that would do? How we would look at that.
I wonder if they have any.
But I won't.
Yeah,
but I won't. But that would be pretty awesome for you guys if Duke can pull off the upset in Tallahassee over Florida State.
That would be huge for Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Like, you're going to need the ACC to kind of do what the Pac-12's doing to itself.
Yeah. Kind of play each other out of it.
Yeah. I mean, because I don't think you'll have to worry about the SEC because it's only going to be Georgia. Let's be real here. I mean, it's going to be Georgia winning the SEC, winning these little close games. I mean, Georgia's looking kind of more like 2014 Florida State.
We have our buddy Austin here with the comment. How do you guys feel about your defense next week? Or his defense next week against our offense? Our big Louisville fan, Austin here. Austin, you can also call in if you want. We have a link.
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah, hit that link, man. We'll talk to you. But I was gonna save this for Ben and I. We on our channel, the Two Irish Brothers, we usually wait and we film our preview on Sundays. But not to give too much away, but the one thing that worries me about Louisville a little bit, not just that they're undefeated, but even in past years when they, had mediocre seasons or even losing seasons, their offense, they're always known for being fast, and we've had a lot of trouble defending it at times because they're always a fast offensive team.
Yeah. That's where I feel like this is next week somewhat feels like a trap game, so to speak.
Oh, I've been saying that long before the season started. That people who always like to that like to give us crap for like, oh, you guys don't play anybody. You're Notre Dame. You're independent. You don't play in a conference, so you play nobody. Blah 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 blah. This, you look at our schedule. It is trap game central.
Yeah. I don't understand people that say Notre Dame doesn't play anybody. It's like, obviously they don't watch enough college football.
Well, I mean, I'll say this. I wasn't a big fan of us playing an FCS team.
Neither was I.
I really, and nothing, it's nothing against Tennessee State. It's just, what does a game like that really do for you aside from serve as that quote, that quote tune-up game, as mentioned in the longest yard, because that doesn't
Hazel.
Yeah, that doesn't help. That doesn't help the resume. But then you play somebody like Central Michigan. We struggled with them for a little bit. Navy, I give a pass on Navy because that is tradition.
Yeah, they did help you guys out in World War II, so it's like I understand keeping Navy, but I mean, but if it makes you feel better, I hate it when my team plays the cupcake games, because don't do that.
I hate how you play it the week before Auburn too.
I hate that crap.
Like, get it out of the way the first week, I guess, if you're to do it at all.
I mean, it's like, if I were running a schedule, that wouldn't be happening.
And a part of me, I get it. These FCS opponents, they make money for playing these games and getting blown out. But it's like, okay, is it really worth it? No. And I'm sure, look, I'm not saying that I wouldn't. Of course, I watched this when we played Tennessee State, just like I'm sure you watch Alabama when they play, I don't know, take your pick, Wagner or whoever, Chattanooga. I'm sure you watch it, but like you, I'm not thrilled with it. It's like,
honestly, I only watch one quarter of the game. I turn it to a different game.
Well, there you go. There you go. That's not quitting on your team.
That's how much I hate the cupcake games.
Well, it's like, how can you get excited for them?
Exactly.
Now, if we were playing a team like, if it was an FCS opponent like, say, North Dakota State or, whoever else is killing it at the FCS level right now, South Dakota, the Jackrabbits, which I think they're actually doing pretty well. But if it was one of those top tier FCS opponents, then okay, I would get into it and I'd be fine with it. But when it's a team that you're going to beat the crap out of, that's not very fun.
Exactly.
And come playoff time, if you do run the table, or in our case, our only loss being to Ohio State in that one scenario, it doesn't help the resume.
Yeah. And I'm looking at the rest of the schedule. It doesn't look good after USC because like Pittsburgh, they're looking like a disaster. I mean, they lost.
They got blown out at Virginia Tech.
Yeah, that's bad. This isn't our daddy's Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
This is Brent Pry Virginia Tech. That's bad. And we see Clemson, they're just not looking so good. I
still feel like Clemson will at least be a 10-win team at the end of the year.
Yeah, I'm kind of like I'm just kind of taking it a week at a time with them. Wake Forest, that's going to be Sam Hartman going against his old team on NBC. I mean, that's where Raiden.
Ben and I are looking to go to that one too, because we actually had a lot of fun in the BC Snow Bowl last year.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, you got to be in a snowball game? Sweet.
Yeah, we knew. Well, it had snowed in South Bend earlier that week, so we knew what to expect. And that's when that blizzard hit inside the stadium. It was actually pretty cool because we were sitting on the south end zone right in front of the jumbotron. You could barely see through the jumbotron. That's how thick the snow was, and how hard the wind was blowing. But no, with this and the schedule and all that, myself personally, I never overlook anyone. I mean, yeah, Pittsburgh looks like a shitstorm, as you said, but historically, when we've played Pitt, they always play us tough. Doesn't matter if they have 0 wins or if they're undefeated.
Except for the COVID year. That was really it, right?
Except for the what? I'm sorry.
I think we killed them in the COVID year, but that was it.
Yeah. But even if we do win big over them, they're still known to play us tough.
Yeah, like I still remember that game in 2012.
Oh, the one that almost killed me back then too.
Yeah. What was that? 5 overtimes?
I think it was 3.
Yeah, that was a 3 overtime game.
Yeah, it was.
But I just remember when they when Pitt missed
it was right after that Oklahoma game too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like a trap game, even though it was at home.
I know.
I mean, Notre Dame has lost trap games at home in this history.
But to finish answering Austin's question, Louisville's defense. I mean, I guess I have to be fair and look it up, and see these scores.
I'm gonna be honest, Austin. I only watched like the Georgia Tech game.
Yeah, well, I'm just me. This is me trying to be fair here. Oh shoot!
The BC performance is nothing to hang your hat on.
Yeah, BC's a disaster.
Did you watch that game against Virginia? That BC Virginia game?
I saw bits and pieces of it. I mean, to be honest, it was the first time I watched the game on the CW.
Yeah. They walked it off on the field goal. BC did.
Yeah, I think looking at these scores on Louisville's schedule, seeing what they allow and what they haven't, I see 34 points, 0, 14, 28, 10. Could get a little interesting next week.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say
they'll probably be ranked.
Yeah, so if Louisville gets ranked, that'll give them momentum, and their defense will probably come to play even harder. Obviously their offense is getting it done. The points they put up, 39, 56. Indiana, okay. NC State today, or was that today?
It was a Friday game.
Oh, the Friday game. Okay. 13.
That 13-point comeback was pretty good.
Yeah, I think they're down 10 too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess to overall answer your question, Austin, it could get interesting, but I can't really. I don't know. College football is such an unpredictable sport. So But yeah, I mean, we've only got a few minutes left, but does anyone else in the comment section want to get on here? Just click that where we have it posted. Actually, I'll post it again if you want to leave, ask us a question, make a comment. I mean, I know I said like 5-minute limit, but Jackson, you're the only one that wants to take advantage of it.
Oh man.
I didn't know.
I'm finally starting to get relaxed, be able to get relaxed again after the game now.
Sorry about that, man.
No, it's fine. We won.
No. Nothing to be sorry about. Just it's funny. It's like I've had people over the years tell me that I'm a dumbass. I don't know what I'm talking about. And they always come here in the live chat and they say it. I mean, now this is Ben and I, this is our first year here on this page. But like on our channel, we've had it happen so many times where someone comes by and insults us or whatever. And I'm like, get on here and tell us that. Don't just be a comment. Get on here and tell us face to face. Which
luckily we haven't had any mean comments. We had a couple of mean comments against Ohio State.
Yeah. Now everybody in the comment section right now, they're pretty cool. Nothing out of line. But I'll tell you one thing. When I was on the national channel with Mark leading up to the Ohio State game, oh boy, were there some interesting callers in that one.
Yeah.
Which one guy said that he thought Missouri had the best defense in all the
college. Oh yeah. That was a troll. That was a funny troll call.
I would say that was either a troll or it was a guy that got a hold of the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
And he was having like way too much fun.
Oh,
he was just naturally delusional. But there was some other guy that was saying a lot of stupid crap too. But hey, there's no IQ to be on the internet.
Yeah.
No IQ test.
Mm-hmm.
But all I know is thankfully now at this point in time, I am calm from what we watched tonight.
I'm calm now. It took me the whole show. I'm calm.
Yeah, I swear to God, like I said already, this team's going to kill me, man. It's going to. I mean, I just so badly want to see this team, win a national championship or at the very least an NY6 bowl game, which we've won a national championship in my lifetime, believe it or not. I was 2 years old when we beat West Virginia in the 88-89 season. And honestly, I still think we could claim 93 if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
I'll be honest. Last week, I thought I was going to break down in tears from that loss to Ohio State. I mean, this is a Bama.
D-Rock here. What's up, D-Rock?
What up, man?
Hey, D-Rock. Hit the StreamYard tab that you see above you if you want to come in and talk real quick. But
I did cry that night. I did cry.
I don't blame you.
That's why I left the stream so fast.
Oh man,
that's
rough.
Well, Ben can tell you, I didn't cry, but it's like my whole body just got as hard as a rock, and I just was in shock.
Yeah.
It's like we had him beat, and then of course the bullshit had to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
go ahead, dude. No, you go.
I've got a pretty good feeling that things are definitely getting better for Notre Dame. I can't quite put my finger on it, but things are getting better for the Irish.
Well, the thing is, I mean, a lot of people like to rip the coaches, rip Freeman, rip Parker, and all that. But you got to remember, Marcus Freeman is in his first head coaching gig. I mean, he's the same age as me, 37, and this is his first head coaching gig. So it's going to take some time to adjust to that. Same with his assistants. But I think what is really helping them and being on the up and up, even though it may not have looked like it tonight, is, and I've said this a million times and I'll probably say it a million more, Freeman is the perfect balance for a coach. He's part disciplinarian and part players coach. So he's got that balance. It's like And you could just tell us with Brian Kelly. Like Brian Kelly, I know so many people like to hate on him, but he's not a bad coach. I mean, he brought us
bad person.
Yeah, he brought us as a coach. He brought us back to relevancy when we were really going nowhere. And now and then once he got going with us, we're now back in the talks for for national championships, and it will play. Well, not then the playoffs once they got started and so on. So he's not a bad coach, but he doesn't have that personality that's very. He's not a very personable person, and I don't think that a lot of the players really felt comfortable coming to talk to him about like maybe personal things or issues that they were dealing with, because he never struck me as that kind of coach.
No.
It's like he would talk to a player the bare minimum that he had to, and then okay, you go on. I got my own stuff to deal with.
I watched a little bit of him tonight against Ole Miss. His face looked like it was going to melt at any moment.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance. I obviously I wasn't watching any of it because I was watching, us have a near heart attack. But I believe it though. I believe it.
Sorry that you had a near heart attack tonight.
Well, I'm talking about the team, not so much. Well, I felt like I was going to have one, but I'm just talking about mainly the team. But well, I guess that would have been a meltdown, not so much a heart attack.
Yeah. I think on that, D-Rock said on that, I think on that 4th and 16, Harmon said, screw it, Parker, I'm running the dang ball. Notice that.
I love that. I love that 4th and 16 run. That was my favorite part of the game. 4th and 16, the game is on the line. Hartman runs it for a first down.
He may not have had a touchdown pass tonight, but he made that a couple of ballsy plays like that. Mm-hmm. That was the big one. I mean, only a guy with balls runs for a first down on a 4th and 16 or scrambles out of the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the funny part was, I forgot to tell you guys this. See, here, I've been so far this season, I've been live from a couple of different spots. One from my family's over nearby, and then this is where I live right now, where I'm filming from. I rent excuse me. I rent a house with my younger brother, and my room is upstairs. His is downstairs, and when we're watching the game, this is funny. Even though we're living in the same place, we're on delays. There was delays between our TVs, so I was going, yeah, and then he comes up and says, dude, your coverage is ahead of mine. I'm like, well, damn, I'm sorry to spoil the excitement, but I was living in the moment. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I was telling him, like, dude, if the next game we watch, we got to decide one place where we're going to watch it, so we don't have, spoilers. Oh, man. But yeah, so I mean, with going back to Marcus Freeman, I wanted to finish this quick point. So he's got that perfect balance between disciplinarian and players coach, and that's why he's been able to land some of the recruits that he has, because he has that personality that these kids can, I guess, for lack of a better term, relate to. They can feel comfortable around him, whereas Brian Kelly, it's almost like strictly disciplinarian. Because as a coach, and I'm not talking like I'm an expert, because I'm not a coach. I don't know if I'd be qualified to coach a youth football team, let alone a college team. Mm-hmm. But you do have to have that balance, and you have to make sure that your players are comfortable talking to you as their coach. So you got to have that rapport. And Kelly, I don't know if he truly had it with any of the guys on the teams that he coached at Notre Dame. I can only wonder what it's like at LSU right now.
I wonder what it was like at Cincinnati or Central Michigan under Brian Kelly. That's what I wonder.
Well, I'll never forget when the day when it was announced that he was going to Notre Dame, all the way back in 2009. Hard to believe it's been that long. But I remember there were a couple players on that Cincinnati team that were pissed that he left for us. And it was right before what was it, the Sugar Bowl they were playing in? Or the Orange
against
Bowl?
Florida Gators.
Our buddy Jeff Quinn was the interim coach.
Yep. That's right. That's right, he was. But I remember the wide receiver Marty Gilliard in an interview that he gave, and it was because the reporters were asking the players what they felt about it, and Marty Gilliard was like, he told us this, he told us that, but it all turned out to be wrong and full of it. So the only thing I can say about Coach Kelly is I just hope he gets to South Bend as soon as possible. D-Rock Irish says, question, do you think Notre Dame was trying to set up for a game-winning field goal?
Yeah, he said, Marcus Freeman said they interviewed him on the field. He said, yeah, we were setting up for the game-winning field goal.
And that's what I figured they were doing too, is, that short amount of time.
That would have scared the crap out of me because Spencer Schrader is not automatic.
No. I mean, he's got like we said earlier, he's got a strong leg, but he has some severe accuracy problems. It's like you can talk about how strong of a leg a kicker has all you want, but if he's not accurate, that's not helping you much. But no, I definitely think that they were trying to set up for the game-winning field goal, but Estime happened to break loose and score the touchdown, and I'll take that too because it doesn't matter. I mean, I was thinking because my brother and I were talking about this after the game. I'm like, do you think it would have been better if Estime had just like laid down and they set up for the game-winning field goal so you don't give Duke a chance? And he made a great point about something. He's like, well, Sean, they have, and I didn't think about this either, but he's like, Sean, they have 3 timeouts left. Duke, that is. You can set up the field goal all you want, but if you don't get like a first down or if you kick the field goal with too much time left, then all Duke's going to need is just to get in the field goal range instead of having to go for the hard part, which is the touchdown. Yeah. But something else that I think of that it's not really a counter to D-Rock Irish. It's actually just another thought that's kind of relatable. Do you almost wonder if, and this might sound crazy, but it's kind of a broad thought. Do you think maybe Duke let him score?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I agree with D-Rock.
I think we're all in agreement on that with you, man.
I think it was better that Notre Dame scored a touchdown than went for the field goal, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, because like you said, Will, even if they set up the field goal, Schrader's accuracy, like we were talking about, that comes into play. And I kind of agree with my brother, like, hey, if you got the lane for the touchdown, you take the touchdown. But I can't help but wonder that though. Like, what do you guys think? Do you think it's I know you said it was a good question, Jackson, but do you think that might be? Do either of you guys think that might have been a possibility?
Yeah.
That Duke was just letting them score the touchdown so that they could have some time.
No, I don't think so.
Because they likely weren't going to block the kick.
I think they would have. I think they would have just tried. I don't think so. No, I mean, if this was like a game between 2 teams that were scoring 60 points, that's a different story. But I thought I thought they were going to bank on Schrader missing it.
Because, I mean, they were getting pretty close there to a comfortable range of Schraders that you'd like to think, that he's pretty automatic from, that he's not going to shank, you know what I mean?
Tony, we got Tony, who I was watching the game with. Nice win, Irish. And I can't say what he says next. As a Notre Dame fan, I can't say.
Yeah, fight on this.
I can't.
Come on, I had to say it.
Oh my God.
You gotta have the rivalry aspect here, but nothing personal, Tony. Just having some fun.
Love you. We love you, Tony.
Yeah. D-Rock Irish brings up a good point. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the film myself.
We have Chris here. Chris, who won money on the 2-point conversion.
Sweet.
Yeah.
There you go.
He was winning just as much as I was on that Notre Dame -5.5.
So his name is just a scrambling of his name?
Yeah.
Sersh.
It is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Creative, that's for sure.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. Man.
Mm-hmm.
But unless somebody wants to come in and talk for a few minutes, what do you guys think? A good place to wrap it up?
Yeah, got the win. I think I'm going to have to make a late night gym run to get any sleep tonight, get some of that nervous energy out.
Oh, I don't even know if
I just want to say congratulations on a fine victory in Durham, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the good teams, like I said earlier, I wasn't overly thrilled with the offensive performance, but the good teams find a way to win these games.
Mm-hmm.
These type of close games where it's a hard attack and yeah. But I don't know. I say, what do you think? What do you guys think? Give 2 more minutes to anyone who might want to talk.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So at 1:13:25, we're out of here, guys. So if anybody wants to talk, this is your last chance. This is the link to get in and talk with us. And yeah. But all I know.
Are you going to be, Jackson, do you want to talk about your show?
Yeah. If you got a show to promote, let's hear it.
I've got 12 episodes of my show, The Jacksonian, which you can check out on YouTube, which it's on youtube.com at Jackson Johnson 979. And you can also check me out on Twitter, and you can also check out and see what I have to say on Instagram as I give my take on the college football world, NFL world, and I just kind of do my little venting sessions on Twitter.
Okay, youtube.com/Jackson Johnson. Is that, I'm guessing your name is capitalized?
At capital J and everything else is lowercase, but there's a capital J on Johnson.
Okay.
D-Rock, I agree, and I also agree they shouldn't have picked up. I also think they shouldn't have picked up the pass interference flag. Because
and what were the numbers?
Ball if it didn't interfere. And
what were the numbers? What were the numbers in your name?
979.
All right, if this is wrong, please correct it and or correct me, and I'll fix it.
All right. Oh,
here I'll just copy and paste.
I got it on the chat. Yeah, I sent it on the private chat.
Okay. All right. My bad.
Oh, you got it fixed, Will. Thank you, man.
Yeah, of course.
But you can also check these guys out as they go over some of the best insights on Notre Dame football.
Thanks,
as
buddy.
They go over, oh, man. I love your takeaways on the Notre Dame games, man.
Yeah. Me and my buddy Jeffrey are going to be doing our weekly show as well. If anyone wants to check us out, I'll post that on my Twitter.
And of course, don't forget to check out my buddy Ben and I over at the Two Irish Brothers show. We film our preview on Sundays, but we don't necessarily have it out on Sundays. We'll usually have it out Monday, maybe Tuesday, just to, because you got people watching the NFL on Sunday. Same with Monday Night Football. So, yeah. And we try to do stuff during the week, but we don't always have the time to get to it. But what were you saying, Will, about the pass interference?
The pass interference that they picked up, I think it was still pass interference because they said it was uncatchable, but I believe Tobias could have got to that ball if he didn't interfere with it. It was uncatchable because the defender interfered.
Well, the announcers even said that he was trying to come back for it.
Yeah. So I don't agree with that, and I don't agree. And they also don't. They shouldn't have reviewed that punt.
No, it's like, how often do you see him review a punt? Like, never. That was like the first time I've ever seen that. But I don't know. So we are on the countdown, everyone, for the final minute. 1:16. We are out of here. So if you want to come in and talk for a few minutes, do it now.
Mm-hmm.
But in case nobody does, Will, great show out of you. Jackson, thanks for joining us to make a trio tonight. And
thank you for having me on, gents.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Thank you for coming on. Like I said, it's like very few people take advantage of the call-in option.
Well, yeah, got to talk about the team that's on. So I mean, might as well talk about it with somebody.
Absolutely, I agree. We had my buddy who was a Georgia fan on last week, and boy, he tells it like it is.
Yeah, he doesn't hold back. No filter there.
No, and when I say that, I mean he curses up a storm, and I told him, like, we try to avoid that. I don't.
Yeah, we try not to get demonetized.
Well, I know Mark's not a real big fan of that, so we try. But so, all right, with that said, guys, I think this is a great place to wrap it up. So with that said, I am Sean Moriarty.
I'm Will Andy.
I'm Jackson Johnson.
And as we always say, both here and on the Two Irish Brothers, good night, God bless, and go Irish. I don't expect Jackson to say that, though, but
go Irish. Okay.
Say go Roll Tide if you want to.
Roll Tide and go Irish.
There we go.
All right.
I pull for Notre Dame when they don't play Bama. So
okay, that works. So on that note, we're out. Good night, everyone, and we'll see you next week for the Louisville post game.